The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke.
Glory to you, O Lord.
Jesus passed through towns and villages, teaching as he went and making his way to Jerusalem. Someone asked him, "Lord, will only a few people be saved?" He summoned them. "Strive to enter through the narrow gate, for many, I tell you, will attempt to enter, but will not be strong enough. After the master of the house has arisen and locked the door, then you will stand outside knocking and saying, 'Lord, open the door for us.' He will say to you in reply, 'I do not know where you're from.' And you will say, 'We ate and drank in your company, and you taught in our streets.' Then he will say to you, 'I do not know where you are from. Depart from me, all you evildoers.' And there will be wailing and grinding of teeth when you see Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and all the prophets in the kingdom of God, and you yourselves cast out. And people will come from the east and the west, and from the north and the south, and will recline at table in the kingdom of God. For behold, some are last who will be first, and some are first who will be last." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
The Gospel of Luke, the theme is on a journey. On a journey to Jerusalem, where Jesus Christ will die on the cross and offer salvation for all people. And the common belief in his time was the chosen people would be saved, but everyone else was doomed. And Jesus came for all people, for all times, to offer salvation to all of us. But he didn't say it would be easy. Will only a few people be saved? He didn't answer the question. He said, try to enter through the narrow gate. Who is the narrow gate? Jesus himself. And it's not easy to be a follower of Jesus. Two of my favorite priest saints, John Vianney and Padre Pio, those two priests suffered incredible attacks from Satan. You know, John Vianney says, if he had a bad night with the devil, he knew that some big sinner was going to come the next day, because he was in constant battle. And even for us, it's hard to keep focused on heaven. Remember the old Baltimore Catechism said, why did God make us? Why are we here? To know, love, and serve God so we can be with him for all eternity. And I don't think there's anything better you could do than come to morning mass like you're doing and receive Jesus Christ's body, blood, soul, and divinity. There's no better way to be on the narrow gate. You know, with the narrow gate, you have to be careful. You have to be focused. Whereas the wide gate, you can just stumble along. So Jesus is that narrow gate. And Jesus calls all of us to be disciples, and he calls us to make disciples and to bear fruit. Matthew Kelly, evangelist, I like very much. And one of the things he always, he's great for questions. He says, if you knew you had a year to live, how would you spend it? How would you enter through the narrow gate or get ready for the narrow gate? Good question to reflect on today.